Virgo, thank you so much for joining me here on this extended. So we are just going to continue on with clarification with the future energies, which was the Magician and the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. I also wanted to clarify your overall energy, which was the Star, which I had it was off to the side and I wasn't thinking, but I want to clarify that energy too, which is that hope and that guidance in that direction, which I definitely feel, which is what you are searching for in this reading this week as what to do. We're also going to clarify the Peace card, and we're going to clarify the pull some Lenormands for the Strategy card. All right, so I have my Lenormand. So let's look at, so this future energy is the Magician. So I feel like it's you realizing that you are in control, right? That you can make the choices, that you are powerful. We also have the Owl, which is on his shoulder. So I feel like it's being wise and learning from past decisions, looking over the past, seeing how things are going and seeing the truth of a situation, right? Sometimes when we're so stuck in the same routine that we're not really seeing what's going on, we're not seeing that we're happy, we're not seeing that, you know, like I said in the other reading, is that you lost that passion for something and we're not seeing how dull it's become. All right, so with the Magician, we have the book. So it's learning and knowledge, right? And wisdom and guidance. And I also feel like it's, again, stepping away from the situation in order to see what's really going on and to see what you're really feeling. We have the King of Cups, and that can represent, the King of Cups is somebody who's very aloof. He lets things go. He goes with the flow. He doesn't let things bother him. He's not stressed, right? He's easygoing. And then we have the Star. So I love that. So it's kind of the same colors going on there, but the Star is also that guidance and that direction and feeling happy, right? There's like, oh, it's so much easier not having all of these things on my plate. It's so much easier not having these things to deal with all the time, right? That definitely makes, it doesn't mean that you have to cut something out all at once. It can be that you cut a little bit out here or there, right? That you do it a little bit at a time. And you start to get used to this new way of doing things, right? That's what I was saying with this Knight of Wands, is that you start to slowly get used to doing things a different way, a new way. Building, I love it. So we have the Storks. So the Storks represent, it could represent springtime, it represents new beginnings, it represents building something, you know, like one stick at a time, one piece at a time. And that's what I was just saying, is taking it a little bit at a time, cutting things, something out here, but adding it over here, right? Cutting things out that are bringing stress and anxiety, and then focusing more on those calmer things, those easier things, right? And letting go of things, but building things, taking actions to build it. Not just letting things go or hoping that things happen on their own, but it's taking those actions. Wands is about actions. If you want change, you have to be change. All right, and then we have our Peace card, which is, I just feel this calmness in your reading, this relaxed, that's what's coming in for you. I feel like it being careful not to fall back into old habits. I feel like that's what that snake represents there, is being careful that you don't fall back into old habits, because like I was saying, I felt like you were doing something that you've done it for so long that it's become a routine, and sometimes when we change up that routine, we feel lost, or we feel confused, or we feel out of sorts. But it's like you start to build yourself into a new routine. That card kind of went flying. That is calmer and that is easier. All right, and then we have strategy. We have strategy. And then we have the Rider, which is communication. It is, do you need to communicate to someone? I feel like I feel like it's letting your feelings be known. Communicating what your true feelings are and letting your feelings be known, or communicating to, like, if this is a person that you need to back away from, and that this person maybe causes a lot of drama, or puts you in a lot of drama, puts you in a lot of stress, but you've known this person since childhood, or you've known this person for a really long time, so it's become a routine to have a relationship with this person. but that they bring you a lot of stress and anxiety. And so then maybe do you need to communicate to them that, hey, I need to back away, or hey, I need to end this, or hey, I need to, whatever that represents for you. It could be a job, like I said, that you've had for a very long time, but you've lost that passion, right? You've lost that passion, and so now you need to communicate to them like, hey, I want to work part-time, or I want to cut back my hours, or I want to leave, whatever that is, right? That communication. I feel like the strategy has to do with communication. All right, and then let's pick a card for the star, and we have the ship, right? Heading towards that star, heading towards that calmness, that, that direction, and that's what ships used to use is the north. I think it was the North Star for that guidance, right? They use the stars for guiding them in their sails, so that's perfect in their trips and their ventures, right? That they use the stars for navigation, and that ship and the star coming out, using that for navigation, right, to guide you. All right, so let's close out. We're going to get an animal oracle. We're going to close this out with that. An animal oracle and a star dragon. You have to do what you feel is right for you. And this is not something that I feel you need to rush. I feel like it's something that you need to take your time with, because you have to be confident with your decision, and you have to know that it's the right decision for you, because I feel like you might fall back into the trap, right? That's what I was saying, is don't fall back into old habits. Don't fall back into this, because it's going to be harder for you to move away, because it's going to be longer for you to move away because you keep going back and forth. So we have, for the animal oracle, we have clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter, right? Clear out all the extra things that are around. Clear out those things that are really not being effective in your decision, right? The clutter that you have around you. It could be sometimes when we clear out the physical clutter in our living space, that helps us to feel better. It helps to give us guidance. It helps us with our decisions. Or it could be that mental clutter, whatever that represents for you. All right, let's get a star dragons. Let's get a star dragons. We have effort, conquering your demons, right? Clearing out the clutter, conquering your demons, right? Being careful that these energies don't affect you, right? What are those things that are holding you back from change? What are those things that are stopping you, right? What are those things that want you to stay in what was, and that don't want you to move forward, right? That don't want you to start building something new. What are those things? Conquering those. What are those? Looking at those. And how do you address those? Being aware of those. Being aware of those, because those things are stopping you. If we don't take the time to figure those things out, then we're just going to keep going on the path that we're on. But we need to have that time to figure those things out and really take a look at those and say, this is something that I have to address, right? This is my new strategy. This is something that I have to deal with. But if you're aware of those, then you can handle those, and you can deal with those, and you can start that strategy to taking care of those. All right, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching my channel and supporting me. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.